Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, yet another episode of the talk show. Today, we delve into tires. There are different types of tires for different types of vehicles. Have you ever looked at your tires and wondered? There are some numbers that are written there. Have you ever wondered what those numbers mean? There are different sizes of tires too. Stick around as we delve into tires. Ever looked at the number 185, 55, R15? And you wondered, what does that mean? Or you tried making sense of it, and it didn't make any sense to you. We will explain to you what they mean. A tire basically has something called the radius. So the R is for the radius. R10, R12, R15, R13, all the way to R22. In this channel, we will be discussing what that means. Also, there is another number 175, 165, 185, 225. That one denotes the width of the tire. And then there is 45, 55, 75, 85, 105. That one is the thickness of the tire or the height of the tire. Ever heard of the term low profile? A low profile tire is one that has a very thin thickness, or let's put it as the girth. Is the distance from the rim edge to the end of the tire. I will be putting some illustrations as we go along so that we can understand more about tires. Also, there are different types of tires. There is off-road tires, there is all-terrain tires, there is slick or racing tires, there is other tires that have an appendage of C at the end. Those are commercial tires. Also, different tires have different ratings for 1, speed, 2, weight, and 3, temperature ranges. Those are the things you're supposed to look out for as you're buying tires. Make sure you buy tires that are suitable to your vehicles. People often ask, how do I know the type of tires to use on your vehicle? The type of tires to use on your vehicles are mostly dictated by the kind of usage you use your vehicle for. For example, if your vehicle is an off-road vehicle, buying only tarmac vehicles will be a very useless affair because, one, the kind of grip that those tires are created for is not what you will be using them for. Mud tires have very chunky threads, and those threads are what bite into the mud to give you traction. So maybe you've seen videos of 4x4 vehicles being unable to navigate certain terrains, like say a slippery road, and yet they are 4x4 vehicles. There was a video that was circulating online of a Prado being unable to tackle a very easy stretch. Reason? Improper choice of tires. If you choose good tires, you will have good traction. Then again, if your vehicle is for on-road and off-road use, the best choice of tire would be an all-terrain, because off-road tires, they tend to make a lot of noise on road, because once you reach certain speeds on the highway, they tend to trap pockets of air in between the thread, and it tends to produce a very irritating sound. But all-terrain tires, they give you the best of both worlds. One, the thread isn't so chunky, and two, it's designed in a way that it can be used for both comfort on road and off road. If all you do basically is on road driving, then it beats logic to have off road tires. Also, other than for stunts, off road tires on most cars do not sit well. For example, I don't imagine a Mercedes Benz sedan with off road tires would look the part. It would look quirky. So, ensure that the type of tires you use on your vehicle are in tandem with the intended purpose of use, and two, with the model of the vehicle. Every tire has air in it. The air acts as the cushion to give you a comfortable ride. The manufacturer specifies the type of the amount of pressure that is supposed to go into your tire. How do I know the amount of air to put in your tire? Your tire is inscribed with a certain inscription. You will find 35 psi, 45 psi, 50 psi, 60 psi, depending on the type of tire you are using. What happens when you put more pressure than is recommended on your tire? If you put more pressure than is recommended on your tire, you end up with something called crown wear. Crown wear is an even wear on your tire. At the apex of your tire, if you put too much pressure, it tends to bulge. So the crown tends to wear. If you put less pressure than is recommended, then your sidewells tend to wear. I will put a diagram to show you where the wear happens. It is important to always maintain the right amount of pressure on your tires. It is recommended that at least once or twice in a week, check your pressure and top up to the recommended settings of your vehicle. Also, it is recommended that you do something called an alignment to make sure that your tires do not get uneven wear. Also, there's something else called camber. Always check your camber. If your toes are tucked in, get them aligned so that they are proper, or they are tucked out. Get them aligned so that you do not get wear on on either the inside or the outside of your tires. In modern vehicles, they have a pressure sensor that basically warns you that your tire pressure has a problem. In older models, you will always tend to feel your vehicle either pulling you to the right or pulling you to the left. If you find the vehicle is pulling you to the right or pulling you to the left, the first culprit will be tire pressure. If the tire pressure is correct, then you find your vehicle is still pulling you to the left or pulling you to the right. It is time you had that diagnosed, and the culprit might be misalignment. Your tires are rated for speed. The rating starts from N and goes all the way to Z, and then there's W, and then there's Y. N basically means your tires are rated up to 140 kilometers per hour. For Z, your tires are rated for 240 kilometers and upwards. W and Y are special ratings for racing vehicles. So also, it is important to keep note of that. And also when you're going to purchase tires, make sure they are rated for the correct speed for your vehicle. Most tires that are sold in Kenya, you find they are rated either between R and V. And that is basically comfortable with you, because I don't think in the Kenyan roads you will be going upwards of 200 and something kilometers per hour. So you should consider that when you're purchasing your tires. I will put a chart of the tire ratings for different vehicles, for different speeds. Something else also is tire temperature. As you speed, your wheels tend to generate heat. I will also be putting a chart of temperature so that as you purchase your vehicle, as you purchase tires for your vehicle, you can be able to check one, the rating, the speed rating, two, the temperature rating, three, the width, four, the girth, and five, the radius. So that now when you purchase tires, they will serve you correctly. Also, when you're fixing the tires to the rim, the tire has the outer and the inner side of the rim. Also, tires have something called the direction of the thread. The direction of the thread is basically how the tire is supposed to roll on the wheel. If you put it in the way that is not recommended by the manufacturer, either you will have uneven wear, poor performance of the tires, and they will not meet the specification that they're supposed to meet. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end of this episode. Please like, share, and subscribe. Our shoot location is at the Road Trip Lounge.